A very good evening, students. We'll just start in 2 more minutes. Just waiting for more students to join in. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of Code India Code. And I'm happy to have you back here. I hope tomorrow I showed you about AR, VR, AI, and coding that excited you. Today, again, I'm going to show you some more aspects of what you are going to learn in in today's class. So today, our focus will be on AI, machine learning, and how AI has become an integral part of our day to day life. So, first, I would like to show you a video and show you how everything is being impacted by AI. And then we will create 2 AI models today, and I'll teach you how to do that. Just let me share my screen and show you the first video that tells you how much surrounded we are by AI and how everything from our shopping sense to our clothing sense, everything is impacted by AI. Watch this little video and then we will start with demonstration of making our own AI model. Let me just show you this. So watch this video. I hope it plays well. So Zoom server has some problem from yesterday and it is troubling a lot. I hope it goes well. Okay, here we go.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically. So, how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. No, seriously.
So yesterday we were talking about that the 3 main domains of AI are actually computer vision, natural language processing, and data. So I would like to tell you that if C puts the video is, I did not get your point. Who is typing in the chat window? Bacha, number of C's puts the video. Okay. I didn't get that question. Let's go ahead and let us do some creating of your own machine learning model. So I'll show you with a very basic example. You saw in that video that when the lady was picking up articles, automatically the amount was getting charged to her cart. So now how the AI is reading through the images that what the person is picking up. So how the machine learning model is reading prices, I'll show you through a very simple example in a language that you can understand. Let me just show it. So there is something called Google Teachable Machine. I'm opening that on my screen. This is called Google Teachable Machine. I'm giving you the link in the chat window. This is one platform where even class 3-4 children can create their own machine learning model. I'm putting the link in the chat window. If you wish to explore with me, you can try it with me. Now, machine learning models created through Google Teachable Machine can identify images, can identify audios, can identify pauses. So for example, if I talk about images, so as you see in this example, if the lady is showing the image of a dog, then the AI would just say it's a dog. And if she would say show her face, it would say you or a girl. If she will say show both the pictures together, it will say me plus dog. Now I'm going to create a similar model for you using image learning model. So I'm clicking on image model. We will also create one of the image model. So we would click on get started. And I'm going to make an image project. So I'll make a very basic project in front of you. And let's say we want a machine learning model which could tell what is an apple, what is an orange, and what is a banana. So let me just create 2-3 classes. So we want, let's do it for 2 apple and orange, let's say. So I'm taking an apple class and an orange class. Now, either I could give the real-time images through webcam, or I can upload the samples. So I've already downloaded the samples of images of apple and orange on my computer. So I'm giving it some sample. Make sure when you try, for each category, give at least 8 samples for your model to be trained properly. So I'm giving it 8 images of an apple. So I've loaded the sample over here. Now I go to class orange and I say upload, and I am uploading the sample of oranges. So I would now take oranges and I would upload the samples of oranges, and I would say okay. And these images I have of oranges. Now what I'm going to do is I can train this AI model, and I would show through my camera an apple and an orange, and it would identify what it is. Give me 1 minute. I'll grab quickly 1 apple and 1 orange from my refrigerator and show it to the image learning model. So now see, I'm going to show, even I can show images from my mobile. So I'm just going to see, once you have got the images, you click on train model and wait for some seconds. The model is getting trained for the images. Now, what I'm going to do is, after the model is being trained, you have to be patient. It will take some time to get your model trained. And this says 49/50. It means the model has read every image 50 times. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it an apple. So the more better clear I show, now see, if I show my hand and all, it will get confused. But if I just show apple, it's showing more percentage of, okay, let me just place it properly. So if I focus on apple only, it will show close to 100%, right? If I show an image like it's a lemon, it's not an orange, but you see I'm confusing the AI. So it's getting confused, but it's still showing more of an orange because it is matching with orange. If I take my mobile and show the picture of a lemon, okay, there is a lot of brightness. Okay, I will just change the image and show an orange. So see, if I show the image of an orange, it's showing 100% orange, right? So we did not give this kind of image maybe exactly. What we are doing, we are showing random samples. So if I'm showing the sample of an apple, it is showing more like 100% apple. So this is how I made a machine learning model. I hope you got clear understanding of how I made the model. So this was one first example of making a machine learning model through Google Teachable Machine, where I made 2 classes. So I'm now going to do one more fun activity with you. So let us make this was an image model. So let us now turn off the input and go to new project. So I'm going to go to new project. If you wish to use this project, you can export it, you can save it. And if you don't wish to, you can even download it as a file. I am going to go to new project. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make an audio project. Now I need your help here. Now when I say, so suppose first is background noise. So whenever you make an audio project, click on mic and record sample of background noise. So it will understand what are the background noises. So it automatically recorded the audio samples for 20 seconds for the background noises. Now I need a class called clap. So I would give it claps and I'll make a clap class. So I'll say mic and I'll add samples. And I'll say record 2 seconds. So I added clapped first. I'll say extract sample. I'll do second recording. I'll extract sample. I'll do third recording because I should give more, minimum 8 samples. I'll extract sample and I'll again do the last bit of it. And I'll extract sample. So these are audio samples. Now I can add one more class and I can say laugh. I will give the laughing samples. So I laugh different volume. If you want to laugh, you can also laugh with me. And I'll say record. Ha 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 ha. So I'll extract the sample and I'll say again record. So I laugh in different ways and give it some samples. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ha. And ha 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 ha. So I'll extract it some samples one more time. And so I've extracted the samples and now what I'm doing, I'm training the model. So I'll train the model. So model would reach each sample 50 times at least to understand what kind of sounds they are. So it is reading each sample 50 times. Now, once it is done, if I'm clapping, it is taking 100% clap. Did you notice? Children, did you notice that? Window? Okay, it's interesting. Similarly, you can try, your homework would be to try the pose sample. So for the pose one, you can try it yourself that when you make poses, so for example, somebody make a sad pose. So you pose your camera and make a sad pose, right? So for example, if I turn my webcam on and I first name it as maybe let's say Bahubali pose. So aap ek Bahubali pose bhi bana sakte ho. And you can say sad pose. You may say, let's say, let me add one more class. Happy. So I'm, making my webcam on. And then I would say, let's say if this is Bahubali pose, I will hold to record. So it will use my webcam. It will take some time. So if suppose I do this and I hold on, so I hold to record and I'll say this is Bahubali pose, right? So this is Bahubali pose. 79 poses are done. And I had to extract these, I think. Okay.
Ma'am, can you please share your screen? We could not see your screen.
Okay, sorry. I'll do that once again. So I'll just share this and do that once again.
Yes, now it will be.
So I'm saying the third kind of project is pose one. So I created sorry, this is noise one. So I was here. So the third category of is pose image. One was image project. So if you go from here and you take a new project and you go to pose project. So in the pose project, you can make multiple kind of poses and you can define classes. So I was defining here, I defined 3 classes: Bahubali pose, sad pose, or happy pose. So I have given samples for the Bahubali pose. Now I'll give sample for the sad one. So maybe I'll hold to record. So I'm sad here. Now I'll give happy poses. So I'll click on happy and I'll hold to record. So I've recorded these samples. Now I train the data. So in the training, I have some happy poses, sad poses, and Bahubali poses. It is training. So once the training would be done, then whatever pose I would make, the AI would guess what kind of pose did I make. So we have to be a little patient because we have given so much sample, but more the sample, more the data, the smart AI it will then be able to show you more correct result. Because if you give very few samples, even the machine gets confused. So more the sample, the better the outcome is. Now it would get trained, and after that I'll again have my webcam on and I can give the input to the machine, and any which pose which I'll give, it will show me what kind of pose it is. And it is used in training a machine for dance movement. Even the real life application of it is when AI model is used on the cricket ground to tell whether person is out or not. Now suppose if it is Bahubali pose, see it's 100% Bahubali. Now if I sit like this, maybe for sad I did not give correct input, I gave this input I think for sad. Now see if I sit like this, sad. If I give my happy face, which I showed in the last one, it is still confused with Bahubali because it's seeing my body gesture. But you can try, you can give it better input. I showed you how it's try. Since I'm holding my hand like this, and that's a clear input in the sad one. So it is able to make a decision, and if I do like this, it's again able to make a correct decision. So you have to give the inputs clearly to make your machine learn faster. I would request as a homework, you try all the 3 kind of poses. Try these all, image pose, audio and image model, audio model, and pose model. Okay, let's move ahead and let's go to another software which is also used to make your chatbots and AI enabled projects. That's called AI Playground. So I'm going to take you now to AI Playground, and here is the link I'm going to put in the chat window for AI Playground for you to try. So on AI, using AI Playground, you can actually create your own chatbots, and you can do coding to train your bot. So I'm showing you one ready-made model, and then I'll show you how you can train your bot. So this is one sample project. Let's see it, how it works. I'm restarting this one.
Hello, I am a mind reader bot. Type hi to me.
Now suppose you type hi.
Let us play a game. Type OK.
And suppose you type OK.
Guess any number in your mind.
So you can play.
And type OK.
So let us play with it. I've thought of a number in my mind. I'm pressing OK.
Double this number. And type OK.
I have done that.
Add 4 on it. And type OK. Divide the result by 2. And type OK. Now add 3 on the result. And type OK. Subtract the result by the same number that you thought originally. And type OK. Now wait, I am going to tell the final answer. Your answer is 5.
So that was absolutely correct. So I thought of 4, and when I thought of 4, so this is here, I thought 4, I made it double 8. Then I added 4 to it, 8 and 4, 12. 12 I subtracted by 2, 6. 6 I added now 3 to it, 9. And I subtracted original number 9 minus 4, and the result is 5. So that's absolutely correct. So this chatbot, it call itself mind reader, but actually there is no mind reading, there is logic. So somebody worked on the logic and showed it again. So Ashwin, do you want me to play this game again or what? So this was just a video that I played, and this maths trick. Okay, I'm doing it once again, and then I'll explain you. So you do it in your mind with the bot and see whether bot is giving correct result or not. I'll go a little slow.
Hello, I am a mind reader bot. Type hi to me. Let us play a game. Type OK. Guess any number in your mind.
So you guess
And type OK.
You guess in your mind, and I'm just pressing OK.
Double this number.
Double,
and type OK.
Double means multiply by 2.
Add 4 on it. And type OK. Divide the result by 2. And type OK. Now add 3 on the result. And type OK. Subtract the result by the same number that you thought originally. And type OK. Now wait, I am going to tell the final answer. Your answer is 5.
So see, this is how it played, but what we would learn is how we can code these kind of chatbots. So if I take you to the AI playground interface and I show you, so this looks like this. It says when I receive input message. So I was trying to build an example for you, right? So for example, if it says when I receive input message means any message. So then, okay, I'll just build it slow. Then when you receive any message means if you have received any input, then say welcome to AI playground. So if you try this much only, so if suppose I want to try this much, so I type any message, I say hi.
Welcome to AI playground.
And now suppose you wanted to say that, what can I do for you? So suppose you wanted to say it another number. So you can have it here. So now suppose I'm typing hi.
Welcome to AI playground.
Right. And then, so this is, sorry, I forgot to put the message ahead. So bot has to send a message, right? So I would just then bring this to my bot and say this as a normal. There are 2 types of messages. One is welcome message. You can set a message. You can then send a normal message. So this was my normal message. Now I'm repeating this block. So suppose I duplicate this block. Now this is if suppose I input, I'll just delete it once and show once again. So these blocks are like scratch kind of blocks. You all must have done scratch when you were younger. So for example, when it receives some message, any input. So if that is true, so for example, if I'm typing hi, so it says welcome to AI.
Welcome to AI Playground.
Now I'm giving one more message. Let's say hello.
Welcome to AI Playground.
So it is going in the first bracket. Now, if I want to take second input, I have to take variables and then I have to make my bot to go further. So whatever bot related commands you will find here, whatever control related commands you will find here. And for example, if you want to put some logic, so if you want to say it, let's say repeat this message 10 times. So if you want that whenever it repeats anything, it has to say it 10 times. Let me just first detach it. 10 will be too much. Let me just make it say 3 times. Then I would type here, hi.
Welcome to AI Playground. Welcome to AI Playground.
So see,
welcome to AI Playground.
It is identifying the input and it is repeating that. If you want to have some logic related inputs, say for example, if you enter a number and that number is greater than 510, you wanted to do something, you have logics here. If you want to use maths blocks are here. If you want to use text blocks, you have the text blocks here. This is list. Then you have objects, you have variables. So we will be teaching you this if in the summer camp. So Curiosity Summer Camp, we are going to cover AI Playground and you will be taught all this in detail and you'll be learning to make your own AI model. So I would request you to, I'm giving you the link of AI Playground once again. You can check this software at your ease today and see what you can create out of it. So here is the link in the chat window. Now I'm going to give you the demo of the next platform that we want you to explore. So we want you to explore one more thing in the world of coding. There is something called, there is a concept of physical computing. So can somebody define in the chat window, have you heard of the term physical computing? What is physical computing? Anyone, have you heard of what is physical computing? Okay, Kartavya says no, Prajit says no. Anybody else? So what is physical computing? Do you know how hardware and software work? What is the difference between hardware and software? Okay, let's do a game. I'll take out some names and you tell me whether it is hardware or software. So I'll say the name, I'll take a pause. You type in the chat window hardware or software. So somebody is smart enough to paste it from internet. Thank you for that definition of Nishchil. Thank you for copy pasting from internet physical computing definition. I'll tell you a simpler version of it. Okay, so let's play a game. Adobe Photoshop. You have to type whether it's hardware or software. Thank you, Nishchil, if you already know that. So I have given you a name, Adobe Photoshop. Okay, it's a software. Plotter. So if you are answering the second question, you can put plotter dash hardware, Photoshop dash software, right? Like that. My third question, sensors. Sensor, you can put dash hardware or software, right? Sensor is hardware, great. My last question, paint. Okay, now suppose you don't have a device, but you are an expert with Paint 3D. Can you make drawings? You don't have a laptop. You are an expert with Paint 3D. Can you make drawings? Yes or no? Okay. You have a wonderful PC. You have bought the latest laptop, but there is some problem with your device driver. You can't install any software. Will that device of 2 lakh be of any use without any software? If you have a good quality computer with SSD, with 1 terabyte hard disk with 16 GB RAM, but you are not able to install any software. Will it be of any use? Nothing. So consider in real life also, if suppose you have TV set, but you don't have a cable connection, it is of no use. Similarly, you have a cable connection, but your TV goes malfunctioning. It is not working properly. It is of no use. So hardware and software go hand in hand. If hardware and software can be combined, then you see the power of computing actually. So similarly, physical computing is a term which means making a hardware to perform something. For example, you see the example of, you go in malls, right? When you go in malls, you stand next to escalators. What happens? Escalators start to move. Escalators start to move when you stand in front of them. So they have sensors. You go to big hotels, you stand in front of the gate opens automatically because there are sensors. So some kind of, what sensor is doing, it's sensing some vibes from your body, IR sensor is there. So then based on its input, the hardware is performing something. Now, similarly, you see those remote cars. So they perform something. You have drones, they capture pictures. So physical computing, what happens? Imagine you are writing a code in Scratch for a robot to perform something. So you connect your robot with cable to your laptop, and in your laptop you have done some code in Scratch, and you are writing some steps to move your sprite, and here your sprite is your robot, and the robot is moving and dancing. So that concept will be called physical computing. Robot is a hardware, but the code that you have written is a software. So you use your software to make your hardware perform something, that is called physical computing, right? So now let's come to this concept of physical computing. So I'm going to take you to another software which is called Make Code and Microbit. So we have this something called Microbit. So if you type and you write Microsoft Microbit, you will get very interesting software to be here. So this is Microsoft Microbit. So what you can do here is, we would see the examples of physical computing. Now you go to this first link, which is called Microsoft Make Code for Microbits. If you click here, I am giving you this link in the chat window, and please see how it works. So this is here. Now suppose you want to make, so microbits are actually pieces of hardware. So they are chips actually, but if you do not have a chip, you can use the online simulator to check how your code works. So I'm going to show you through simulator. So I'm clicking on new project, and I'm going to give my project a name. Let's say its name is demo, and I'm going to write here demo project, and I will click on create button. I'll open this demo project. So it has like Scratch like blocks, which is called on start. I go to basic input, and so I'm going to go to basic one, and I'm saying show LEDs. So I drag out these LEDs. So these LEDs are shown forever on the screen, and we want them to, follow some pattern. So I want these LEDs to glow in this pattern. So let's say this is my pattern where how I want my LEDs to glow. So this is here. Now you see when I play it on Microbit, it's like this, right? So if I would have had physical Microbit, then what we were to do, we were to connect the device hardware with Microbit with a cable to our computer, and we would actually see the LEDs glowing on our Microbit. Now I want, when I press the A button, then this pattern should change and some sound should come. So I would go to input, and I say when A button is pressed, right? I take out this X A button, and I say that when A is pressed, so I again go to basic LEDs, and I want to change the structure, right? So I want this time the pattern should be like this. When A is pressed, so the pattern is like this. it makes an H over the screen when A is pressed. So I am just putting the blocks together. And then if I want to add some music, I could go to music, and I can create my own melody also. So I am creating my own melody by clicking here, and it will open a melody window. So I can say what to play. I can set the tempo to which it has to be played. So let's say I want it to be played at a tempo of 180. So I've created my own melody. This is at A button, when A button is pressed. So if I press the A button, see it's changing. If you can see the difference in the output, you can type yes. Now, if I want to code B button, so I would go to again input. I'd go to when B is pressed. So I'll take out this button only when A is pressed, and I'll change A to B. And then I want my basic input to show. Suppose I have my LEDs here. I'll drag them here. And I say when B button is pressed, instead of H, I would now like to draw I. So I'll draw an I here. And if I further want to add some more music, I could, bring this ringtone, play tone, this one, middle C, there's some built-in tone. So I can play this. Now let's check with B button. So this melody tone was played only once. Now, if you want to play 20 times, 10 times, so you could use a loop. So go to loop and drag out repeat loop. So suppose you want this tone to be repeated, let's say 5, 6 times or 8 times. You can set that as a loop. And now let's see how it works. If I press A button, so see, I is changing. Because I'm making I only once and playing the sound more, what I could do is I could bring this basic LED also in the for loop. So every time it will draw the I, it will play the sound. So now let's see how this works. Interesting? Am I making it clear? If you are understanding, can you type yes? Right? So this is again, microbits are very easy to code. You have these codes block and you can interestingly create many sounds out of it. If you go to its portal, you would see there are many tutorials. And if suppose somebody is very passionate about learning JavaScript or Python, you feel these code blocks are kiddish and you would like to learn to do it in Python, you click here, change the language to Python, you will find the equivalent code to do that in Python. So if you want to do this in Python, these are the functions: on button pressed, on button B, on forever. So you using def command, you declare functions in Python. Input command is when you press the input button. So you have these, this is your Python code. If you want to learn JavaScript, you can go to JavaScript and you will find the equivalent code of this to do in JavaScript. So here it is in JavaScript. So actually this platform help you to do expertise in 3 areas. You can do block-based coding. Let's say if you are younger, you are in grade 5, 6 only, and you feel that Python and JavaScript is not your cup of tea. So you can always learn this by blocks. But if you know coding and you want to try your hands on Python to code your microbit, you can go to Python. Otherwise, microbit is not a very expensive device. It comes, I think, between 800 to 1200, and you can make various projects out of microbit. You can order it on Amazon and various platforms, and you can try. You would see on the tutorial bank, you have many tutorial using microbit. You can make your circuits, you can make glow light, you can hack your headphones using microbit, you can make a coin flipper. So there are rock, paper, scissors game. There are many things that you do with the help of sensors and microbits. Now, if you do not have a physical microbit and then you want to test it through simulator, I have shown you all the outputs from the simulator, right? If you don't want to invest in a hardware and you want to check how the output would come, charger, then he can give me, you can actually try it on the simulator, right? I'm just going to play this watch list and just see how it is showing you in the tutorial for you to check the output of your hardware. I would just play a very basic video for you to understand. So I'm just writing beginning to code with microbits. So just see it now. Now this is a tutorial about making animated animals using your LED. So this is a step-by-step process which is given. And I also showed you about how to make it flashing. So this flashing HUD is given in the beginner tutorial. Now let me just play this video and show you.
You can create all sorts of animated images on the LED display of your BBC microbit. We're going to start with a beating heart, and we'll use two of the built-in pictures, the large and small heart. By showing the large heart, pausing, then showing the small heart and repeating the sequence, we can create the illusion of a beating heart. So let's open the MakeCode editor and write our code.
Now, this was very simple to be done. The code that was shown was very simple. The second example shows you how it was coded.
So to create our beating heart, I'm going to go to the MakeCode editor and create a new project. When you open a new project in MakeCode, you get the onStart and forever blocks. We're going to use the forever block here. So I'm going to get rid of the onStart block by clicking on it and dragging it into the middle. I'm then going to add some more blocks to the forever block. So I'm going to scroll down and find the heart icon. And then I'm going to add a new block, the pause block. This will make the microbit wait until it carries out its next instruction. We want it to wait for half a second before it shows the next heart image. So I'm going to change 100 here to 500 milliseconds. That's half a second. Before then, showing the small built-in heart icon. Then going to add another pause block to make sure it pauses for another half a second before repeating the loop. This kind of loop is called an infinite loop, and loops are really useful in coding because they allow you to use only a small amount of code to do a lot. In this case, it keeps the heart flashing and beating forever, or at least until you unplug your microbit or click on the stop button on the simulator. I'm going to save my project now so I can transfer it to my microbit. So I'm going to call it Beating Heart. Beating Heart, click on the download button so I'll have my hex file ready to transfer to my microbit. Once you've made your Beating Heart, why not experiment with the other built-in icons to create your own animations?
So see this particular heart block which was shown in the video. So when you go to your basic blocks in the microbit, and I'll just opening the MakeCode again, and just 1 minute, I'll go to my platform here, and in the new project, let's say I'm making it test 2. So which was just shown was, if you go to basics and you have this show icon, suppose we want to show this icon and I want to do it forever. So as the person demonstrated, that first we want the basic this heart to come, and then we want some wait time, and or maybe for wait time I can add a music beat. So I can go to music beat and I can say 2 beats of this ringtone. So we want 2 beats of this ringtone or 4 beats, and then we again want to show a smaller heart. So we can take now another heart, or we can change its size, or we can change another shape. So now let's see, this will also work very well if I play it. So bigger heart, smaller heart, and then 4 beats. So I'm unable to hear this music. Let me change another piece of music which can be heard. So I'll say play ringtone. I'll grab this one and put it here. And instead of 1 beat, I'll say 4 beat. So in the example which was shown, I showed through the YouTube, there we were using wait command to wait. Here I am using the music to show you the difference. So how it comes, first bigger one, then music, then smaller one. So I'm leaving today with this homework and this thought of seeing how we can appreciate the power of coding in the physical world. So this is all about physical computing, how you make a hardware to work using a software. I've given you the links. And now I would request Sushmita ma'am to tell you about Summer Curiosity Camp. So if you wish to learn more about these kind of experiments, we have for you our virtual Summer Curiosity Camp, which would happen during the summer break, April and May. And for all the children, those who have joined this camp, you have a special discount. Sushmita, can you tell them more about it? Swati, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Swati, could you tell them how to redeem the code and how they can enroll?
Ma'am, I could not hear your voice properly. Can you repeat it?
I'm telling these children that if they wish to learn these things more in detail, they can join our summer camp, and you have a promo code for them to avail the discount. If you can put that in chat window and tell them how to register and redeem.
Sorry, ma'am. I think Sushmita will explain that. She'll join in another 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll tell them about Curiosity program. I'll share the details in the chat, ma'am.
Sure, fine. No worries about that. Okay, I can then show, not a problem. You give me the link in the chat window. I'll show where to redeem the code.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
So as I said, beta, in these 4 days, the idea is to do eyes opening, how beautiful is the world of coding and how we can code and make machines work. But if you want to learn everything in detail, go slow, step by step, then Super Teacher has a 18-hour course for you to be done during the summer break. And we call it as Summer Curiosity Camp. And thank you, Pankaj, if it's very interesting and you really liked it. I am going to open the website and show you from where you can register for the summer camp to learn many more interesting things like this. So you will have great fun. I am going to open as ma'am gives me the link. And so this particular camp is free for everybody because this is a camp to promote the NEP's recommendations for coding. But if you want to learn in detail, Super Teacher in collaboration with IIT Bhubaneswar has this camp to be offered to you, which I am showing from my screen. So that's not free like this one. There is some cost. But if you want to register for this camp, you can go to this website. At the bottom, there is registration option. You can click here and then you have to enter all the details. So suppose I'm filling my details as dummy details and I enter my school name, let's say, and I select a date. So if you are not sure at present, you can select any date and later on you can get your batch change also. You click on submit and then suppose your class you are selecting, let's say I'm selecting grade 9. You click on submit and then once you click on submit, it says apply promo code. So ma'am has given you some promo code that's only for the people, those who are doing this camp. So this is CIC code India code 20. So if you enter the promo code, you would see your cost will be reduced if you apply. So this would be reduced by 20%. You can click on pay now and then you can register for the camp. I hope it's clear. So these 4 days you can learn as much as you can. And if these things fascinate you and you want to learn more, you are welcome to join the Summer Curiosity Camp. Thank you everyone for joining today. I hope you liked it. I'll just like to summarize by saying that today we explored we explored about microbits. We explored about Google Teachable Machine, how to make machine learning model for pose, images, and your voice. You can try that. You can also try AI Playground, making your own chatbot. And I'll see you tomorrow if you have any queries, you can put them in the chat window. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you, Pragya. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad that you liked it. Bye-bye. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. So, beta, regarding homework submission, on the last day of the camp, you will get a form where you will have to submit your assignment, and upon submission, you will get your certificate. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Swati. Thank you, everyone. Nakya, you can put your question in the chat window, beta. I'll take your question. You are raising your hand. Thank you, Ishan. Thank you, Astam. Prajit, you can also type your question in the chat. Your hand is raised if you have any query. No problem, beta, if it was by mistake. Thank you. You all can leave the meeting.